Hello.
Hello. Greetings from the UK and Ireland. John and Debbie, incoming national directors. We're thrilled about something the Lord's doing in our nation in the area of stirring up evangelism. And one of the catalytic churches in this has been a church on the north coast of Ireland called Causeway Coast. And they have seen in the last year over 2,000 people accept Christ. And that is contagious around the nation now. And we've seen churches large and small seeing evangelistic fruit. Many of our churches are seeing fruitful evangelism, especially among the poor. A guy called Darren turned up at the Belfast City Vineyard storehouse, and he had head injuries, he'd suffered lots of mental health problems, and he walked with a frame. And during worship, he kicked his frame away from himself, his legs were strengthened, and he was able to run. And so he no longer has home help, he no longer needs that frame for support, he's now serving himself in that ministry, and has had a number of stories himself of praying for people and seeing the Lord bless them.
And he was baptised, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah, and you know, another story that I love is from Leicester City Vineyard. Now there's a guy called Matt, and Matt had come to faith, and he Googled God, and up came Leicester City Vineyard. So he turned up at the church and he started chatting to a guy called Jit, and he told him that his mother was experiencing paranormal activity in her house, and so Jit agreed to go with him and pray in this Matt's mother's house. And so they turn up, they pray in the house, but end up leading Matt's mother to the Lord. So then a few weeks later, Matt turns up and he says to Jit, "I've now led my father and his friend to the Lord, but they're alcoholics. Would you come and pray with them?" And so Jit goes back to Matt's father's house, and they end up praying for these guys. But then Jit gives them a Bible to read and some other sort of material. And the father and the friend who given their lives to Jesus said, "Oh, we won't be able to read them because our eyesight is so bad." They had problems with their eyes, and so Jit lays hands on them, and they get healed, and they're able to read the literature. Now, since then, the friend of the father has gone to be with the Lord, but Matt's father has really got his life in order, has got a job. And as a result of all of this, Matt's girlfriend, who was really quite shocked by all this stuff, she then also gives her life to Jesus.
In one of our churches, a Muslim couple, they were Somalian Muslims, came to faith through having a vision of Jesus. And since then, and being baptized, they have, over the internet, led to Christ over 200 Somalian Muslims. And they have been able to disciple them over the internet. They've also met with a number of them, they've baptized some of them, and they've started a group, an underground group in another city because of the danger that these people will be in if their faith was exposed.
And then there's another story. This is a young guy and his friend who feel God say that to go and stand outside the Queen's Medical Centre, which is a large hospital. They're standing out there, and a guy in a wheelchair turns up, and they start talking to him. They end up leading him to the Lord, and he then says, "Will you pray for my mother over the phone? She's got cancer." So the young chap says, "Yes, all right." So he starts praying over the phone for this guy's mother. Meanwhile, another friend turns up and says, "What's going on?" And the guy in the wheelchair says, "You've got to get these guys to pray for you. It's amazing." And so as they're praying for this other guy, another woman turns up, and she wants to know what's going on, and they end up leading her to Christ.
So our greetings from the UK and Ireland to all of you here at the conference. Hope you have a wonderful week.
Bye.